good morning. It's Monday. This is Michael Lodge. I am the business advisor, and I'm glad that you've joined me. Listen, today's Monday. Friday at 2:30 in the morning, I get on a train and start moving across America. I can hardly wait. This is my bucket list, one of my bucket lists. In fact, I'm doing two bucket lists at one time. One, my first bucket list that I started was to visit all 50 states. So going by train, I get to knock off some of those states that I haven't been to yet. So that's one of my bucket lists. But the other bucket list was to go across to the United States on a train, because I love trains. Now in Europe, I use trains all the time. When I'm there, it's not a second thought. You just get on a train and you go. It's very easy to travel there. Here, it's a little bit more difficult because, I think the trains are just now beginning to get popular again, and they're getting booked up. But to get to someplace, you may have to go a whole bunch of different places to get there. As for me, now, I thought that leaving from South Carolina, I could go across the southern part of the United States through Louisiana and that portion and get to California, but I can't. The way that Amtrak has it set up, you've got to go from Greenville to Washington, D.C. From Washington, D.C., you got to go all the way up to Chicago. Then from Chicago, you start your journey down to California. Now, that's a long trip, and it's 3 days. So this is going to be interesting to see if I can last for 3 days on the train, but I think I can because I'm really good at doing nothing. I believe in the Italian saying, the sweetness of doing nothing. And so I'm going to do nothing. Well, I'm going to do some vlogging, and I'll record it and everything. And I will let you know how we're getting along the way and everything. I'll be doing my podcast from the train. So if you hear woot woot, I'm on the train. I can hardly wait to go, honestly. My backpack is... In fact, you know what? I went out and bought a brand new backpack. And the backpack is so cool because I've got 7 days of clothing in there to survive off of, or to live off of. Well, to wear, okay, to wear. And the backpack is so cool because it's designed for cell phones. So you can I've got 2 charging stations that I carry with me all the time. So they're always charged up just in case I run out and there's no place to hook up to, right? Electrical outlet to hook up to. So it's all hooked up, and so that all I have to do is plug my phone into the bottom of the backpack, and I'm ready to be charged again. So it's very cool. Now the only other thing that I've got to do is I have got to buy some snacks. So I have another backpack. For some reason, when I ordered on what did I order? No, I ordered through an online service. I forget what and it doesn't matter. I ordered 1, but I got 3. But they charged me for 3, so I don't know how I missed that. But anyway, I've got 3 backpacks. And they're fold up, they're really cool kind of thing. So I got to take my other backpack, and I've got to fill it with food, snacks, nuts, chips, string cheese, beef jerky. Beef jerky is vital when you're traveling, right? And all the other stuff that you need to survive on a train. Because, there are times when the food cart is not open and you're hungry and you need something. So I got to put some drinks in there too. I'm going to try to make it as light as possible because I don't want to carry two backpacks that are heavy. Because my clothing one is heavy because I've got my laptop in there also. So anyway, so I'm ready to go on that case, except I need to go and buy some snacks. Listen, if you know of any good snacks to take, let me know. I was thinking about going to Trader Joe's and buying some put together sandwiches and everything else that they have there, and dried fruit and stuff like that. So that's my goal for this week before Thursday, is to go and buy snacks so I have something to eat on the train. Okay, so that's what I'm doing for the remainder of the week, is getting prepared to go on this, and plus finishing up a corporation I'm forming for a new client in California, and also putting together a living will and trust for some family friends. So anyway, I'm going to get all that stuff done, and I'll be ready to go. Now, politics. And this will be the last time I talk about politics until the next time. I don't know when that will be. But listen, whoever won the Senate, whoever gets control of the House, I don't really care anymore. And the reason why I don't care is because do they ever listen to us? Do they even take our concerns and our needs into consideration? No, they don't. So why are they even there? Because they're not listening to the voter. They're not listening to the people, the constituents that they're supposed to be representing. So I don't care anymore. I really don't care. The only thing that I care about is that the Republicans need to regroup and reform what they're trying to tell the American people. Because their messaging system in this 2022 race, terrible. It was just rhetoric after rhetoric, but no really clear plans. I know that the leader of the GOP over on the House side, he came out with this bulletproof plan or whatever it was called, but it wasn't. It was just generic. It wasn't detailed enough. It wasn't what they really believed in. And you got to believe in something. You got to believe in people in order for you to believe in something. And the problem is that he was not believable. In the GOP was not believable. The other issue is that on the Senate side, McConnell did absolutely nothing for the people running for Senate. It was like he just sat there, maybe dished out a little bit of money, and that was about it. But he never went out and campaigned. He never got involved in it. He never even talked about it. Unless he was talking about the Democrats. So we had 2 problems. We had bad leadership in the House and bad leadership in the Senate, if you're talking about the Republicans. So it's time that the Republicans sit back, take a little bit of time, and put somebody in charge of both the Senate and the House that are Republicans, that are leaders, and know how to communicate better. Listen, these guys, McConnell, and the other guy, I forget what his name is, from California, they've been there too long, okay? If you really want to believe in term limitation, these 2 guys should have been out a long time ago. When people stay there too long, they don't try anymore. What they're worried about is what they're going to retire off of, what they're going to make money during their stay in office, book deals, television appearances, all the stuff that they make money off of. A lot of these guys, well, the majority of them come out of the U.S. Senate and the Congress very wealthy millionaires. I mean, look at Pelosi. She's coming out, millions and millions of dollars she has made. And we have to also look at the ethics of what she did, too. I mean, there's a problem there. And no one seems to want to address it in Congress. So that's why I say, why even worry about having a member of Congress representing us? The only thing that we can do as Americans is focus on our own needs. In other words, if we have tax issues, we hire good tax people. If you need accounting people and finance people, get good people. If you need a mentor or a coach, get good coaches to coach you on what you need to do. We have to think about and focus on ourselves, our families, our community, our churches, our schools. Those are the things that are important to us. What happens in Washington, D.C., those guys are fools there. And anybody who goes to Washington, D.C. is a fool. By the way, I'll be in Washington, D.C. on Friday. But I'll be there catching a train. I really feel that in order for us to survive this recession and everything else, we have to focus on what our core needs are. And those core needs, of course, we all know what they are, right? To pay our place where we're going to live, either that's a rent or a mortgage, our utilities to keep us warm and cool, food is very important for us to survive, and our transportation so that we can get to work. Those items are the most important to us at the moment. Unfortunately, because of the recession and inflation, those things are the most high, are the highest core needs that cost-wise. I mean, it's out of control. Food is tremendously out of control. So we as Americans, forget about this politics stuff because it's just worthless time. We need to focus on what we need to do how we need to improve. Invest in ourselves and don't invest our time in politics. Invest in learning new skills and forget about the politician who just lies to us. Invest in our health. Invest in our families. Invest in our schools. Invest in our communities. Those things are what make up America. The politician that's in Washington, D.C. is going to be the same politician we send in no matter what party they're in. They're going to sit there, they're going to lie, they're going to spin, they're going to do whatever they have to do to get reelected and reelected and reelected. But we as Americans, what we can do to take care of our core needs and to take care of the needs of our communities and schools and churches, we have to focus on ourselves. We have to invest in ourselves. We are important to this nation. The politicians aren't. But you and I, we're important. We're important to our neighbor next door that may need a place to go for Thanksgiving. We're important to that person in church that may not have any food and that you can help them out with. We are important to the school when they need tutors to teach your children how to read and write. The teachers need your help. We have a lot to do within our own little worlds because we are Americans and that's how we are. Those of you who are so involved in politics, you are wasting your time. Those of you who are on Twitter every single day, putting each party down, being snarky, being rude, being idiots, if you really want to know the truth, focus on what your core needs are and what you can provide back to your community, your churches, your schools. Focus on that. If you focus on that, you can change the world of someone's life, of your life, of your community. So we have a lot to do, right? Now, one thing I want to say, and I'll say it every single day when I'm doing my podcast, is Thanksgiving is in 2 weeks, okay? You have the ability, if you have the ability, to invite someone over who has no place to go, who's new to your city, new to your church, new to your school, a new parent that just moved there, or maybe even a person that you know who's down on their luck. Invite them over for Thanksgiving. This is the year that we need to be giving and be thankful for what we have to give. So if you know of anybody that needs a place to go for Thanksgiving, reach out to that individual. Even if you have to go over there and pick them up to take them to your place, do it. Because this is the year that we have to give back. And this is because so many people are hurting during this recession. Be thankful during this Thanksgiving and share your thanks and your blessings to the people who really need you right now. Listen, this is Mike Lodge. If you want to follow me, go to www.buymeacoffee.com/Michael Lodge. Or if you want more interaction with me, you can go to www.lodge-co.com. Again, that's www.lodge-co.com. On the Buy Me a Coffee page, all my blogs and vlogs and everything that I do, podcasts, it's all there. And you can go there and read it, listen to it, and watch it. This is Mike Lodge, the Business Advisor. I will talk with you soon. Bye-bye.